here's where atheists, religious, and so-called skeptics, all of your minds have become septic. Let me give you a little example. Does that remind you of anything? Yes, your minds, they're so far gone down. Holy-minded so-called skeptics, holes so big, fell out their backside, still slipping on their oozing pride parades. You can take that any way you want it. You been moving the goalposts again, Dat Millifunky, and the rest of you. You cheerleading snowflake sections. Oh, yes, your snowflakes. Much, much more. Let's talk about the God of the Old Testament. Let's see why you're going to get fucked up. Deuteronomy 28. And I have more, okay? Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. Now let's change this word Lord, because I'm not afraid to do that, because I'm an atheist and I know this is man-made and political. Let's see. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon the seed for a, because thou servest not the common sense and your human instinct. You've got so far away from that. Your thunkers got stunkered, hiding in your bunkers, eating all the one-eyed farmer's data cake. That's how it happened. Your thunkers got stunkered. You lost your common, natural human instinct. Now, let's see what happens when that happens. Now, we're going to change some words around here for you so you understand, so-called skeptics. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, the ones that cross over your borders. I don't care what country is it, but you're so stupid that you're ignoring it now. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. So, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the common sense of human instinct that was already within you shall send against thee. It's just going to come with the total package of you losing your minds. Therefore, yes, the common sense shall send against thee, because you turned away from common sense. You become so dumbed down. In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. Yeah, because you pretty much giving your freedom to the birds. Yeah, nature's going to take over. Fucking go on. And, yes, in want of all things. You have all your toys now, though. That's what's keeping your minds pretty much septic, because you're not using your human instinct of survival, because you're being fed by the one-eyed farmers and the Amazon monkey food delivery service. Yes, yes. And in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. You see, without common sense, you ain't got nothing. Without discipline, with common sense, you ain't got nothing. Now, we're all guilty of this, but the so-called skeptic community has been, and the ones that follow this book word for word, thinking that God made it, when really it's the word of gourd. It's political systems that wanted to protect their tribes. Makes common sense to me. You're too worried about hurting someone else's feelings that crosses your border. You've been mine. So, you let your guard down. You let the Trojan horses in all over the places. There's horses running everywhere now. The warlords sent them over with their elves riding them. Okay? What a bunch of idiots, so-called skeptics. Yeah, I hope you see this too, because I'm fucking tired of you guys. And girls. Whatever he, she, they. And shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. What the heck? Until he hath destroyed thee. See, without common sense and human instinct, and respecting that human instinct, how to survive and how to get along, you die. The Lord, common sense, lack of the Lord, shall bring a nation against thee from afar. Better than that, you will let them in and defend the border czars. Fucking fool. I mean, yes, fucking fools. And he shall put it, yeah, you'll probably send this to the panty-faced damnation administration to have this video taken down. Pretty soon you all won't be able to say anything. Fucking losers! So, shall put a yoke of iron upon them. Well, you did it to yourself. What the heck? The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, while the one-eyed farmers sit back and smoke a cigar and laugh. Yes, a nation against you from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Sounds like a lot of confusion, doesn't it? I mean, even the Bible God didn't like when people, he told you, they didn't like when things were getting along. So they confused your language. What do you think happens when you bring a bunch of people across your border, you idiots, and allow them to come in and make excuses? You have no idea what's going on. You can take all that data and stick it back up your ass, so-called skeptic. Time's up! Don't you get it? And if I'm wrong, I really don't care, because everything is pointing there. So, yeah, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce continents, which shall not regard the person of old. They don't care about your old people in the street. They'll knock them down and kill them and rob them too. Don't you get it? See, some things in the Bible make sense, because it's about how to protect your cities, your tribes. Not a bad thing, is it? The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar. Yes, a nation of fierce continents, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. They're gonna fuck you up because you're too worried about being a racist, etc. But you're a skeptic, aren't you? I don't care how big a fucking channel you have. You've lost your minds, skeptic community. Yeah, they won't show favor to you young either, or to your women. Yes, a nation of fear. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle. He's going to eat your stuff. Does it seem familiar? Is it coming to your vision now? Can you see this? Can you imagine it? Are you just moving the goal? Are you the kind of skeptics? Because the kind of skeptics now are like, well, I'm skeptical that could really happen. Could that? And you keep pushing your human instinct and common sense further and further back. I have no respect for you anymore, data cake eaters from the farmer's ass. Hiding in your bunkers till your thunkers got stunkered. Waiting for your Amazon monkey food to be delivered during the fluffy pink poodle bubble bath virus. Oh man, oh man. Yes, and he'll eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land, until thou be destroyed. Why? Because you lost your common sense and respect of human instinct. You wanted to be a cyborg. Yes, and thou wilt be destroyed. Which also shall not leave thee any corn. You ain't going to get no corn. I mean, think about all the corn chips that you eat, Doritos, those rolled hot things, I like them. You ain't going to get any more of that. Why? Because they snatched it all up from you. Because you lost your common sense. And respect for your own common sense and land. Yes, how dumb can you get? Not in the hearing sense, okay? Yeah, they're gonna pull tricks on this video, aren't they? That's why you're so fucked up. You stand up for it. Yes, a nation of fear says, eat the fruit. Yeah, thou shalt be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, oil, increase in thy kine, or thy flocks of sheep. They're going to take all your beef. You know what's going to happen after that? Bill Gates is going to make you, at his meatless ham farm, he's going to make you the kind of meat you'll eat. And the mealworms, burgers, if the mealworms don't get to the fake meat farm and destroy it, they can get in there too. But I'm sure he'll have special formulas to spray on the fake meat to keep it fresh and away from the mealworms desiring it. This is going places. This is going places. You better still be here. There's a place for you. Yes, no corn, wine, oil, increase in thy kine, no flocks of sheep, until he hath destroyed thee. Who? Common sense. When you throw away common sense, you be destroyed. Keep moving the goalposts, magician show host. Keep moving the goalposts. Yes. Oh, will I debate you or any of you people? I watch you for a long time. You're really, at this point, you're not even worth debating. Honestly. You've lost your minds. Atheists, religious, and so-called skeptics, you've all lost your minds. You've thrown away common sense along with it. See, they work in unison. Now, that's not there's no perfect person. Not even the Archbishop is perfect. But you have to recognize that there must be a blend. Yeah, and he, meaning they that cross your borders and this and that, shall besiege thee in all thy gates. And they're going to come in from all angles now, idiots. And all your towns. Get that notification off my screen. Okay, I got enough time. They'll eat your fruit, your cattle, fruit of your land, and thou shalt be destroyed. Besiege all the gates, until thy high fenced walls come down. Well, they already started coming down, and you seem to like it and think it's a good thing. You snowflakes, wokers, I don't know what you call it. See, there's so many kind of woke people. There's woke people that think the earth is flat. They say they're awake. There's woke people that are so-called empaths. There's all kinds of woke people. So you're all in the, if you've thrown away the common sense and the willingness to accept that people are coming in your land, not to give you things, but to take it away, then you've been mind clowned, okay? That's just all there is to it. Yeah, so I'm getting up in age now, so I don't have to see much more of this unless the gourd allows me to live for who knows how long, I don't know. But, let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, and besieged down, wherein thou trusteth throughout all the land. You trusted them. Hey, you're just what an amazing bunch of atheists, religious, and so-called skeptics. What a bunch. You're amazing. Till the high fence walls come down, wherein thou trustest. Yeah, you trusted them walls all right. It's okay if there's a few openings. Let them come in. Oh, there's a bunch more? Let them in. We feel sorry for them and we won't want to be considered a racist. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land. How much of their land? All of it. Eventually all. Because it's like a virus, okay? Which the Lord of common sense and discipline of your land has given you. Which the Lord thy God has given, the God of common sense. Yes, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, and the flesh of thy sons and daughters, which the Lord of common sense, which is within thee, that you threw away and fed to the birds, because your minds are now shriveled turds. Yes, Yeah, that's why, and you shall eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee, in the siege, and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee. Don't believe me? Then you must be still hiding in your bunker, in your thunker, maybe almost completely stunkered. So what we can do about that with you, let's give it another flush. A little disinfectant spray. And get the hell out of our way. Because it's the one-eyed farmers who you truly obey. Not common sense. Not any form of discipline that would go with that. Nah. You fucked up. You got clowned. Let's see. Yeah, your enemies shall distress thee. That's what they're doing now. I mean, there's nothing new under the sun. This is just common political stuff to protect your tribe, wherever you live. It's not bad, is it? But the doctrines, when you read the Bible for them by yourself, honestly, the man-made of the Holy Script, yours, it's not my script, it might be yours, but when you read it all for them by yourself, honestly, the man-made doctrines fall apart all by themselves. Do I have any problem reading it? No, it's fun. It's fun. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother. Yeah, it's going to cause all this confusion. Toward his wife, his bosom. Toward the wife of his bosom. Well, now the guys have bosoms too now. Toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. So that he will not give to any of them the flesh of his children, which he shall eat, because he hath nothing left him in the siege, and in the straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates, even the gate of the way you walk. Let's see, anything yet? Oh, yeah. Let's just read it to the end here. The tender, the delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her... Why? Because they all went through this serious distress. Now they're all confused, and they're mad and upset at everybody. Does that look familiar? Idiots. Yeah. And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the sage and straitness. Get that notification off my screen. No, I'm not going to come and say hi to you now. No. Secretly in the sage of straightness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, and that thou mayest fear this glorious, fearful name, the Lord of common sense within thee. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and the long continuance and sore sicknesses, and long continuance. I could go on, and many Christians would say that's the time of tribulation. Every tribe, country, throughout history, when people lost their common sense, this is what happened. When they forgot how to live and the importance of each other. But now when you can pick up a phone and order something that somebody slaved over to bring it to you, everything's just fine, isn't it? Yes. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, or China, or wherever they come from. Time for booster 53, because 2 is not enough for thee if you're a skeptic, right? And you're not. So-called is what you are. What else do we have here? Yes, Egypt was afraid of thee, and shall cleave unto thee. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the disease of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Every sickness, every plague that is not written in the book of the law, them will the Lord bring upon thee, the Lord of common sense, because you threw it away, until thou be destroyed, and ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of common sense, because you were afraid of what some so-called skeptic thought. And there we have it. And it shall come to pass, as the common sense rejoiced over you, to do your good common sense and multiply you, and the common sense will rejoice over you to destroy you, to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. You messed up. And the Lord shall scatter thee among the people for the one end of the earth, even unto the other. Thou shalt serve other gourds, which neither nor your fathers have known, even wood and stone. And now you'll worship your phone. Even the Archbishop is a little bit guilty of being on the phone too much. But it's pretty much all we have now, since we threw everything else up. Yes, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease wherever you go. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. Yeah, you'll be getting cramps there too, and stickers and thorns. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and a fail of eyes, and sorrow of mind. Why? Because you lost your mind because you threw away common sense. I might as well read it to the end. I don't think anyone's going to watch this all the way through, but I'm going to do it for myself. Trembling heart, failing eyes, sorrow of mind, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt have fear day and night. Oh, I love that song Fear by Dio. Check it out. It's in my playlist, in my post a few back. Fear. That's what you have the mark of. Even the so-called skeptics that took the 9th, 10th, 11th booster. You have the mark of fear. Check it out, Fear by Dio. You're all included in the song. Yes. Now thou shalt hang in doubt before thee, thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were even. In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were even, and at even, in the evening that would mean. Thou shalt say, would God it be morning. I want it to be evening. I want it to be morning, then I'll feel better. Yeah, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way, whereof I spake unto thee again. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. In other words, you became worthless. Pieces of shit. Alright, Archbishop out. And you'll never see a video like this again. Oh, look at that. Just scared a bunch of people with a DO sign.